right. Here we go. Welcome back, ladies and gentlemen, to another episode of Discipline Therapy. The Discipline Therapy podcast. I'm thinking I'm doing the Discipline Therapy talk. Uh, Discipline Therapy podcast. I'm your host, DL Discipline. Alongside me is Suhei Sotomayor. You know y'all are fiends, and y'all know what that means. We're serving you your dose weekly of discipline therapy where not everything is completely free, as we are on Patreon for a plethora of exclusive content for you to see. But what is free is judgment-free, sucker-free, censor-free, sensitive, free, and some liberty. God and the ancient ancestors are great, and that means everything else is straight. So go grab your wine, popcorn, or my favorite, roll a blunt, but make sure the children are in bed. Why? Because we have that soul food and sometimes vulgar conversation prepare your mind to be fed. Light one up, inhale life, and exhale strife. Ladies and gentlemen, once again, you are tuned in to the Discipline Therapy Podcast.
We're here.
All right.
Also, you might want to check out our e-commerce store online at disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/shop. And you can check out all the different categories we have there. I know Mr. Discipline just made some new stuff. You guys want to go check it out. We have accessories, we have mugs, water bottles, we have coasters, we have towels, school bags, sneakers, we have men's apparel, women's apparel, the children, we have it all. So go check it out. Like I said, disciplinetherapy.launchcart.store/. Also, you might want to also check out Mr. E.L. Discipline's one of his 7 published books, and they are all available on Barnes and Nobles, .com, Amazon.com. They're available for electrical devices as well, your iPads, your phones, whatever you need. Check it out. Look at me sounding like an
Perfect.
announcer.
All right. Yeah, good. Leisure listening platforms. So that.
Nope. We're on iHeartRadio, iTunes, Google, Spotify, Deezer, Overcast, Castbox, and so many more. So just check it out.
All right, ladies and gentlemen. It is episode 148, I believe. Yes.
All right.
Now, when in a relationship, being friends with the opposite sex, is it considered cheating?
That's a good question. You know why I feel like it's a good question? Because there are so many different answers for that. Like people see things differently. And I know for the majority of people, well, I'm going to go with maybe majority of women because I'm not sure how exactly men would see it. But I know women always say we're just friends.
Mm-hmm.
It's just, I'm at work. It's just a work husband. Maybe that's the phrase that shouldn't be said. Work husband, work wife, because those words are, intimate. When you have a husband or you have a wife, that's something that's supposed to be, intimate and sacred. So if you're just gonna walk around and be like, oh, my work husband, or you know what I'm saying? Does that make sense?
Mm-hmm.
All right.
I'm not even gonna use this. I did a lot of research the other day about this. So, all right, what do you think?
Is it
You can
a
have
form
yours
of
open.
cheating?
Yeah.
Is it a form? What was the question?
So is it considered cheating? Yeah.
Is it considered cheating if you have male or female friends? I don't necessarily think it's considered cheating. I think that obviously that's a conversation for every relationship to have, like between themselves. If that is something that bothers your partner, and that's the person that you're with, then I feel you should do what needs to be done to put their mind at ease. And if that means maybe falling back from those having that type of relationship with the opposite sex, I think it's a matter of importance to the person. If I'm with somebody and that person says it really bothers me that you have male friends, then I'm gonna try my card is not to appease him and not have that.
Mm. So I'm looking at it from both spectrums of the globe. Because oftentimes, like when we first started this podcast, almost 4 years ago, right? This June will make it 4 years.
I can't believe
June 18th. Um, I was speaking more of my perspective only,
it. Mm-hmm.
and I didn't even realize like I didn't see anything else outside.
Yeah,
I just
blinders.
thought, oh, men are like this, da 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 da, traditional. Like I didn't see modern.
Mm.
I didn't see lazy. You know what
Mm.
I'm saying? I just saw like, yeah, they work, they invest, they choose properly, they vet. Their intuition is high level. Divinity, masculinity. Like I didn't think of toxic.
Right.
Like toxic masculinity, well, I learned that word through the course of the podcast.
Oh, interesting.
And then I broke it down like, oh, it's really an oxymoron.
Mm.
Because how can
Masculinity be toxic.
masculinity be toxic when it's divine? That's like you
Mm.
spitting in the face of God
Mm.
because a masculine man has God in him.
Mm.
It's an oxymoron. You see it?
Yeah.
So, to jump back on topic, now I look at different things, experiences actually going out there,
Mm.
corporate, talking to corporate guys, relationships as a coach now, life, and meeting different people,
Mm-hmm.
how they think. So, it's not cheating when you look at it on a modern mentality, when you look at it in today's era and
Yeah.
age, when you look at it as conventional relationships, modern relationships,
Mm-hmm.
it's not. Um, because most people view cheating one way
Yes.
or two ways.
Mm-hmm.
When I look at it on the traditional BDSM perspective, it's rhetorical. It's a rhetorical,
Yes. Mm-hmm.
question. You know what I'm saying? Because you're just gonna get a duh answer. You know? So, however, there are modern DOMs and traditional DOMs.
Okay.
You know what I'm
Mm-hmm.
saying? And just like modern subs and traditional um,
Subs.
subs.
That's
But
interesting.
when you look at it on that spectrum, different spectrums of the globe, I'm sorry,
Mm-hmm.
you know, it's subjective.
Yes, I agree.
Just like you said, you meet somebody that's like, I'm not cool with that, this and that. That makes me feel kind of way uncomfortable. These are my boundaries. Don't cross those.
Right.
Okay, I respect and trust this man. I'm gonna abide by that because, like you said, I want to appease him. I want to be submissive. I want to be compliant, cooperative, like easy to get along with. I'm not
Okay.
gonna fight him
Right.
because I could put myself in his shoes. Now, another guy might be okay with it. Flies over his
Mm-hmm.
head, doesn't see it anything. Traditional, modern.
Okay.
There's no way you put him in a traditional and realm and he still allows this.
Okay.
It's not real. Multifaceted or whatever. I'm a traditional modern guy. You're gonna resonate with one more than the other.
Yeah, that's true. I agree.
So in that aspect, when it like I would always urge people that are in relationships to not have them. But who am I to tell people what to do?
Mm.
Right? It depends on how it makes the partner feel.
Yeah, exactly.
So, in a sense of this, right? In my lifestyle, because now I could talk about me,
Mm-hmm.
one of the reasons why I don't allow it, and this is the last on the list, because most feminists will fight you on this. They will shame you. You're insecure, da 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 da. I'm not doing it. It's the same thing as going to the club every week. I don't drink. I don't smoke. I don't do nothing crazy. I'm with girls. It's not so much that. Because, like I said with you earlier, you're putting yourself in the other person's shoes and you
Mm-hmm.
trust and respect them. So, whatever they say is law. It's not going to be no back talk, shaming, nothing. Okay, you don't like this? I'm gonna do it. I'm gonna try. I'm gonna try my best. I'm gonna do it because I
Okay.
respect you and I hold you in high regard. The reason why I would tell them to not do it Both. Because I'm not singling out, men could do it with me. Both don't do it. But mainly women is because, like, for me, I'm looking at it on a sense of, okay, the woman is not going to be able to give her all here because she's around a lot of male energy.
Okay.
That's what it comes down to it. And those things can also be DMs. So they don't have to be physical guys around interacting with them in DMs.
Mm-hmm.
So, in a sense of for the woman to get all her needs met from the masculine dominant alpha male, she has to submit. And that's synonymous with her giving her all.
Okay.
She's happiest when she does that because she's stepping into her nature, and her nature is femininity, and that is equate to power.
For the
So now
woman.
she's walking in her power.
Mm-hmm.
Usually, and this is not just my opinion, this is a fact. Usually, when a woman is in a relationship and she has an array of male energy around her, she's not present in that dynamic.
Okay.
And that's just a fact. Because there's certain things that's going to occur in that relationship because you're bound to have an argument. You're going to run to those guys to talk about him.
Okay.
Oh, he did this. He did. What do you think? I need a male perspective. That's why I say the man is built for the woman. The man is built to be the woman's all.
Okay.
Her friend, her confidant, her lover, her So if she needs male advice, she goes to him.
Yeah.
You know what I'm saying? I asked this question to a couple of ex guests that
Okay.
were on here, people in public.
Mm-hmm.
What do you get out of having them?
Friends of the
Men and
opposite
women.
sex.
I've asked men and I've asked women.
What have they
What
said?
what do you get out of having them? Most of it is different answers, obviously. Most of it is selfish.
Okay. In case I
So
get bored or
it
just to
makes
hang
me
out.
laugh.
Now, can I ask you a question? I don't mean to
Mhm.
interrupt, but is it, are you asking them male friends in general or keeping ex lovers as friends? Or I'm
Uh,
sorry, friends of the opposite sex in general or keeping their ex lovers as
well,
friends?
usually when I ask them, it's just in general.
In
They never
general.
had
Okay.
any intimate or
Nothing.
romantic
Okay.
engagement
Got you. Okay.
at with a capacity. I
Okay.
mean, the ex as a friend is worse.
Something totally different. All
It's
right.
worse, but
I just wanted to make sure what you were. Okay.
yeah, just a friend in general. They
Got
never
you.
took it there.
Got you. Okay.
So that's how I look at that. And I asked him, it's selfish. So if you think about it, a friend is giving, right? Like, why are we friends?
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? If it's mostly like I'm getting out of you and you not giving me, it's not real.
Mm.
Like you're using them for personal gain. You're using them, maybe a man insecurities. You're using them, maybe a female insecurities. Yeah, he tells me I'm beautiful every day.
Yeah.
He makes me laugh.
Mm-hmm.
Keep
Is
him
what you
around.
get out of it.
Yeah.
Mm.
So in a sense, it depends on who you're with.
Mm-hmm.
That's what it is. Mostly you're not.
Romantically or
It depends on who you're with,
okay.
romantically, intimately.
Okay.
How they gonna put that standard down.
Mm-hmm.
Not often a lot of women put that standard down, but a more dominant woman, alpha, might.
About not having female
Yeah.
friends.
But most feminine women are not putting that standard down. Maybe she'll say it one time, oh, this bothers me, whatever. If it's not going her way, or he's just like, I mean, I could respect your opinion, but I'm not gonna stop. She stops. She doesn't continue. The feminine submissive woman. She doesn't continue. The more dominant alpha female, she's gonna like, no, don't do this.
Mm.
No, da 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 da. This, that. You have to respect me. She's gonna be more putting those standards down.
But can you see?
Even the dominant woman who's in disguise, pretending to be submissive, will behave like that. She won't be as aggressive with her tone.
Mm-hmm.
She'll do it a little bit more, you know, She thinks submissively,
But can I
soft
ask you a
spoken.
question? Um, can you see though, like that perspective on that woman if she's saying it bothers, if that makes me feel uncomfortable, and then like he turns around and says, "Well, I'm sorry that you feel that way, but I'm not gonna stop." Like, can you see where she might see he doesn't respect my opinion on it? Like, can you see why a woman would get upset over that, or no?
No.
Not even if like
No, because most women are attracted to men that other women validate. So it doesn't make sense to me. Whereas most men are not attracted to women that other men she's getting validation from other men. That's the difference with men and women nature. It's not equal in that sense. A woman who's feminine, right? Who's kind of like comfortable in her own skin
hmm
and she's aware of male nature won't speak like that. Oh, you're violating my opinion, and no, they won't. So here's the thing: the the feminine woman also does not want to be the man's all. Because if a woman is if the man says, well, I need these women for this, she gonna say, well, I could be that. No, it's not in a woman's nature to be everything for a man. It's too tiring.
hmm
She works well being one thing
That's
for him.
very true.
The
hmm
man can be that. That's like you
I mean,
that's like you
that's how it
breaking
should
down
be.
Superman and Supergirl.
hmm
What? No. It's common for us to know Superman. You know what I'm saying? They started Supergirl later on.
hmm
You know what I'm saying? So it's just common for the man to be the woman's all. That's how the traditional man was back in the day.
That's true.
And the woman just did one thing and was one thing for him. So it's like the woman will understand this, right? She's healed. She's more in her feminine nature.
Well, that's the
She,
trick. The woman getting to that point.
yeah.
Mm.
She might say a sense of, don't put it in my face, but not in a dominant not in a dominant approach the way I did it
Right.
just now. Like she gonna ask, like, please, could you not? She's not gonna say, don't put it in my face. At least don't do this. You could do this, but just don't do it. Like that's dominant. Like that's demanding.
Mm.
So it's very hard to be submissive. I've been doing this for a long time. I could train both men and women how to be in their core. Um, so with this, right? Even psychology states, and people could look this up. It says 50% of women have a backup plan.
Mm-hmm.
So remember when I said earlier, it's not my opinion, it's a fact. When I say that there's no way she's gonna be 100 when she has that, not verbatim, but
What,
you
when
get
she
it,
has
right?
friends, male friends?
Yeah,
Yeah.
you get it, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because there's too much other opinions there. There's too much other. Okay, subjective. If a woman's living the BDSM lifestyle with me,
Okay.
and there's certain rules and
Guidelines.
same thing, certain rules and boundaries here, and the way she should represent me when I'm not around, the way I'm gonna represent myself, holding ourselves accountable, instructions, rules for myself. I'm holding myself accountable. Rules for her. If there's this, right, and then she meets these guy friends because they're in the friend zone because of that. They opposite of me.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? Feminine energy. And that's why it's intact still.
Okay.
Because a feminine woman is eventually gonna be attracted to a masculine man. There's no way she put him in the friend zone. So there's gonna be a lot of different things there. It's too much other things that's fighting our lifestyle.
Yeah.
So the moment I do something that she doesn't agree with, maybe subconsciously she just runs to them because she has them around. So she's saying, my man did this. You're a man. What do you think?
Mm.
He's not going to back me up.
Well, that's
Now, I'm not going to say 100%. I could say 92%. The 8%, he might.
mm.
But the 92%, he's not. because he lives a totally different lifestyle. His mindset is
That's true.
different in every way.
Mm-hmm.
So he's gonna be like, "Oh, he don't value your opinion. Oh, da 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 da. You should leave him. He's abusive. He's
Mm.
da 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 da. He's abusive emotionally. He's not being right. He don't know how to treat a woman. Come over here, and I'll know how to treat you."
That
Because
could
remember,
be.
he's waiting in the bushes for that to end.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying? The woman who has the male friends, she controls that. She's putting you where she wants to
Mm-hmm.
put you.
Until when she needs to.
Yeah, because remember, she loses control with the masculine guy.
Mm-hmm.
She's not in control there. So she'll put certain rules with these guys, punish them or whatever, but she's breaking rules for the dude she really want. It's manipulation for the woman to have them still.
Mm.
You see what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So if you look at all those things that I stated, is it really conducive to the woman's growth in all ways for her to have an array of male friends when she's in a relationship?
Well, that's what I wanted to get to. I feel like a lot of people throw around, "Oh, that's my friend, that's my friend, that's my friend," and it's not really your friend.
You know why?
You know what I'm saying?
You know
Like,
why?
why? Because they want to be popular.
No, because I think more women will say that than men. That's my friend, that's my friend. Because it's like it's just natural. It's just natural. Like, duh, we're not enemies. So it's just we're friends. Women are social creatures. They're always trying to get along. They're agreeable. They don't want to go against the grain. I want to make everybody happy.
Trying to keep the peace.
Yeah, trying to
I'm
keep the
I'm
peace.
very the peacekeeper as well. I don't like,
Yeah.
and I've worked on myself a long time for that. But like I used to have that issue with my daughter. Like, no, not everybody's your friend, because I've said it on the podcast before. We've talked off camera before. To me, not everybody is your friend.
Hmm.
And so I think that can be another um like thing, like, because people are like that and think everybody's their friend, that they just, they use that word out there, but it's not really. It's more like an acquaintance. And so I think what you're talking about more is not regular platonic, work relationships, because I'm cool with people at work, but I don't talk to people outside of, what I'm saying, for my job. I don't talk to them outside of work. Those are people that I'm cool with. Those are my coworkers, and some of them are male, some of them are female. You can't help that. But I don't
Hmm.
hang out with anybody. You see what I'm saying? I think that what we're talking about specifically is if there is some sort of sexual connection,
There,
or interest in there, that's when they might put them in that friend zone.
but there is a connection.
As
See. So I was gonna wait for my final thoughts. No, I'll wait. I'll wait for
I'm
it.
sorry.
So what happens is when the woman and man are friends, the man puts her in the friend zone, or the woman puts him in the friend zone. There's some type of connection there in arousal, and I want to make sure that the audience knows, because it's very important that we educate the community.
Yeah.
We don't just this is how it is, blah 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 blah. This, or just even just think about the black community. 'Cause
Right.
yeah, I'm big on the black community, but I'm thinking as a people,
Mm-hmm.
white, Jew, Asian, you know what I'm saying, Spanish. I'm thinking as a people, like I'm training and teaching everybody.
Mm-hmm.
So when I say arousal, most people, the connotation that arises
Sexual.
is sexual,
Mm-hmm.
but that's not true.
Could be
S-
intellectual.
yes.
Yeah.
So remember earlier, oh, I keep him in there because he's funny. Emotional arousal. He's touching her emotion. Oh, he's a smart person. I like his ideas and stuff. I want to be around him, mentally.
Right.
So it's not necessarily, oh, we kiss, we touch, we, have, intimate relationship, whatever it is, right? Sexual intercourse. No, there's still arousal there.
Of
So
some
that's
sort.
why it's like cheating. When it's like your main person, your man, your woman should be all those things for you. Now, the thing is this: a masculine man is not going to have female friends.
Right.
He's going to be getting things from them. Like I said, business partners, family, girlfriend, wife, or acquaintance. Yeah, we just hang out. and we talk about our feelings. No, because what does a masculine man have in common with a feminine woman? They're attracted to each other.
Mm.
You know what I'm saying? Eventually, something's gonna cross there. Maybe she wants to be with him, but he doesn't. So it doesn't happen.
Mm.
Maybe he wants to be with her, but he doesn't. I mean, she doesn't.
Mm-hmm.
You know what I'm saying? It's like, take, for example, a hardcore religious woman who doesn't believe in tattoos.
Okay.
Everything with you is perfect. Me. Everything with you is perfect, traditional, blah, blah, blah. I don't think you can ever meet my parents. So it won't go there. But I'm highly attracted to you. See?
Right.
Because they're attracted to each other. She's not keeping me in the friend zone. She wants to take it there, but there's certain limitations. Maybe when she rebels and gets her own place and stuff like that, then she'll connect with me. But as long as she's there and she's big on family, she's family oriented, she not gonna fuck with me because of this.
Okay.
So she wants it, but it's things that's keeping her in check. The dude that she's friends, whatever, most likely they have the same energy.
That's
He's
your
highly
center.
feminine, beta.
Hmm.
You know what I'm saying? And that's why she's there's arousal there, but she's not sexually attracted to him. See, that sexual attraction is the prerequisite to
To cheat.
building shit and to cheat.
Mm.
But to build, you know what I'm saying? To
Mm-hmm.
build, because at the end of the day, you could ask a lot of women. I mean, the sex trash. You gonna stay? I'll teach them. The feminists will say, "Oh, I'll teach them." Lying, lying. She knows she ain't gonna respect them and like doing that too long. Lying.
Yeah,
You see
definitely.
what I'm saying? So ultimately, like the love language of the woman matters, and part of that is like physical touch, words of affirmations, affection. You see? So there ain't no way. And I told you this in the past. A lot of exes may have said, "Oh, let's be friends." They're manipulating.
Mm-hmm.
They're lying. You telling me you have amnesia, so you forget what I do. You forget what I did. You forget what we did. Yeah. No, that's them to just come in, and then when they feel like the opportunity's right, they get in deeper
Mm.
because they got access.
Mm-hmm. And plus, they feel like they know you because they have history.
Yeah.
That's true.
So, and I'll save that for my final thoughts because you're going along that
That
road.
route. Mm-hmm.
So in a way, like the the connection is there. So if you think about it, only the feminine guy can have female friends, and that's all they are.
Mm.
Oh, so
Okay.
you don't get nothing from her. You just simp there. You just simp there, and you like that.
I guess, yeah.
You're okay with it.
Mm-hmm.
You're the guy that drives them to the club.
Oh,
You don't
that's
get no
awful.
buns. You
That's
pay for
awful.
everything, and you're that guy.
Mm.
Ah, okay. You're that guy she calls when the dude is being an asshole, and you don't get nothing. You just hearing her vent. Oh, I'll be here for you. All that is fake. Oh, I'll be here for you. Anything you need. All that is fake.
Mm.
So it's dangerous because the man always has ulterior motives. He's a patient wolf. I'm very real. I'm very straight up. I will tell you that I won't be friends with a chick unless something's gonna come out of that. I'm
Mm-hmm.
being honest.
Mm-hmm.
Most betas will lie
Yeah, that's
because
true.
they know that they want to. And given the opportunity, it is. So any woman that's fighting me on this, I will always ask them, call them and offer them pussy. If they deny it, okay, maybe y'all could be friends.
Okay.
Play some game. Like, fuck around. Like, oh, I'm lonely, man. Lie. Oh, my man broke up with me. He did some fucked up shit. I'm lonely right now. You told me that I could come to you for anything. You be there for whatever.
Mm.
I just need you to hold me. Maybe not even dick.
Sex, right?
A pause. You know what I'm saying? Maybe, I just need you to hold me. Spend the night with me. Hold me. Be there. You see, if he's quick to jump on, that's your answer.
Yeah.
He not really your friend. So the reality is this: I'm way too aggressive, even though I control it. I'm way too aggressive to just be friends with females. Like they be scared, they'll be scared, like a feminine woman. So the reality is, even though it's that fear, it still translates to desire. The beta dude ain't scary. The beta dude that's in the friend zone, he like me. He's soft like me.
Right. So then would that still be considered cheating if he's beta and like not a
Yeah,
threat?
yes.
Mm. Okay.
Yes, because given the opportunity, especially if he's non-heterosexual, that's very important. Because if he's gay, mm, I gotta see proof.
That
Not
he's
not
gay?
not not like you know what I'm saying, like I'm talking about, but show me a picture with him holding his husband or something.
Oh, okay.
You know what I'm saying? Not like that. You know what I'm saying? That shit would
Pause.
traumatize me forever. Yeah, I don't know if I might break up with you for showing me that shit.
How dare
But
you?
I'm just saying there needs to be some proof because you never know if he's
Yeah,
lying.
that's true. Guys are,
You never
sneaky like
know.
that.
You never know. It's
Yeah.
not a lot of men who are gonna be real,
Mm.
especially when it pertains to the women. He might be alpha, but he turned it down when a woman is present. You see what I'm saying? He
Mm.
turned it down when the woman is present.
Like he's playing the role.
Yeah,
Yeah.
he don't want to be argumentative. He's agreeable. He's
Mm-hmm.
very soft. Yeah. You know, I see your point.
Mm. Right, I
No,
can see that. Like
you.
he's gonna want to go, especially if she's complaining to him about what her man is doing.
Mm-hmm.
He's gonna want to show him I'm so different than that.
Yeah,
Yeah, I
because
guess.
the name of the game is I want to be part of the roster. Next month up.
Mm.
5 people on the basketball court.
Right.
Somebody gets injured. Next man up.
Yeah.
I'm the next man up. I'm the one waiting in the bushes
Mm.
on the sideline. Better for the sports analogy. I'm on the sideline.
And now you honestly think that all men think like that? Like honestly, in your heart of hearts, are all men that patient wolf that's waiting? There is not. You don't think a type of man that isn't?
Oh, if he's non-heterosexual, if he's
So,
gay.
but all heterosexual men are. You feel like are like that?
Yeah, because if you've had sex before and you know how the woman body feels,
No. But I'm talking about you haven't had sex before.
it doesn't matter. I'm talking about he's had sex with another woman.
Oh, in general.
Yeah, it's just like what I always talk about, right? It's just like what I always
Wait.
talk about. The woman leader who doesn't just lead women, she leads men too. If she's a boss, she hires feminine guys. Because if she hires a guy like me,
It's gonna bump heads.
we either gonna bump heads or she gonna try to take it there. Because she attracted to a guy like me. She might have a guy like me at home that pipes her. So in the woman's psyche, I get piped by a guy. How can I run a guy? The only way I could do it if he's lesser than me. The only way I could do it is he's non-heterosexual, gay.
Hmm.
Because I run a dude, so I'm submissive at home. So how can I just go and there's lead alpha masculine men? That doesn't
That's
make
true.
sense.
People
The
know
woman,
who
the
they
woman's
can.
gonna be uncomfortable. You see?
Mm-hmm.
And that's me just looking in depth on a psychological aspect and the psyche of the woman getting in her psyche. So boom, we broke that down. Now, in a sense of violating, um, was deeper, and we've always asked this question, and I'm gonna bring it back.
Mm-hmm.
Having a deep, intimate conversation with a stranger, remember?
Mm-hmm.
Or physical touch, sexual intercourse. What's more of a violation?
Well, um, I used to always, I believe I used to say, the physical touch, but I think, doing this podcast, like you said, going on 4 years with you, and listening to your teachings and all that stuff, and what you say, I have changed my answer to the conversation, the intimate conversation, because if you're allowing that intimate conversation, from that intimate conversation can stem other things. He
Mm-hmm.
might be he might be saying all the right things that are now clicking with you, and whereas you might have started out with just, I want to know what your opinion is, to now he's saying all the right things and is now swaying your, what you think. Does that make sense?
Yeah, you're right.
So that's why, the first answer, the easiest and the one that a lot of people think is, oh yeah, kissing and having sex, that's totally, yeah, who cares if you're having, a conversation with someone? It doesn't matter. It does matter if it depends on where that person is, emotionally, mentally, in her relationship or his relationship, and then taking, when you have that intimate conversation, you're pouring your heart out, especially if it's, you want to talk to somebody about what's going on with you, and you're, feeling a type of way. You're giving yourself, you're opening up to, a lot of information that they might be putting into your head for their own benefit.
Privileged information. And that
Exactly.
privileged information makes somebody feel special. That's the special
Exactly.
treatment that you
Yes.
give people.
Yeah.
And I said I understood what you were saying because I was kind of writing something along those lines. This works with the woman keeping herself in check because remember, the woman's not holding herself accountable because she puts those guys there.
Mm-hmm.
If the woman holds herself accountable, it's because a man taught her that. Now, in order for her to keep that, even if they break up, she will not have male friends because she doesn't just think that this is wrong when in a relationship. She thinks this in general. Remember, the more energy you're around, that's what I'm trying to make you understand. The more energy you're around, the more you absorb that. A woman who wants to be in her feminine is around like 10 guys, and they could be different energies.
Okay.
The masculine dude, or the alpha, is probably playing a game. He wants to be there, but the woman just says, oh, let's start out as friends. But he wants to be there. You got those other guys who are just playing the games. I'll be whatever you want me to be. Place me wherever you want. She's eventually absorbing that. Remember when I said earlier, what does the feminine woman and the masculine man have in common? The woman, and this is very important, ladies and gentlemen, and to you too, when the woman who believes she's in her feminine has masculine man around, because we could say what it is, right? Man is masculine. A lot of them are highly in their feminine. Yeah, they're masculine suppressed, but they're still men with, the genital, male genital. You know what I'm saying?
Mm-hmm.
So boom, she's eventually gonna be masculine. You see?
More
You
high
see?
in her masculine.
Yes.
Okay.
Especially she's controlling that aspect. Control is synonymous with masculine, not feminine. Not submissive. That's a contradiction. That's a contradiction. That's not even an oxymoron. Submissive and control are not interchangeable.
Control other people or control yourself?
Control other people.
Got you.
So in a sense, she's masculine because most likely they engage in like masculine shit.
Because she's trying to control the relationship or the person.
Mm-hmm.
Got you. Okay.
So now it's not just that, activities.
Like
Masculine activities. Why are they going out with you to do your nails? Most likely they're not doing that. They're doing things that like it's like the guys would like to do.
have you met women that go out and
Yeah,
hang out with guys like that?
yeah.
Oh.
And they're
Is
highly in their
that
masculine, those women. Yeah. So if a woman's like, oh, because a
and that
feminine woman
has
is gonna be very like, she's not gonna be doing masculine things.
right.
Oh, let's do our nails together. Let's, facials, spa. He's non-heterosexual. He's probably gay. Because what man even if he is like beta or highly feminine, is gonna be into that? What? You think I'm like one of your girlfriends? Oh, let's go do this.
That's self-care.
Let's go
Getting
do this. Let's
facials.
go do that.
Hmm.
You see? Now, if that man is in a relationship with you, it's different.
Of course.
Yeah, but I'm talking about we just friends. You see? If she's in a relationship with him, even if it's a masculine thing, oh, let's watch football together. She gonna do it because she wants to bond with you. But if y'all doing that as friends, she's most likely gonna get highly in her masculine. What
Yeah,
woman you
that's
know knows football to a T? She learned that from her father or a man. There's
that's
no middle
true.
ground.
That's true.
So in a sense of I'm studying all of these things, it's disgusting to me for women to be like that. So boom,
Wait, can I
the
ask you?
woman will adjust to the man she respects. So when a woman keeps herself in check, she's like, okay, even if we broke up, I learned a lot from this guy, and he showed me the possible byproduct of me keeping these people around. That's the opposite sex. So if she respects him and hold him in high regard, anything he says is law.
If they're together, you're saying, if that's the man that she's with?
Yeah.
Okay.
And it's going to be easy to mold her to his liking and absorb his teaching. So when he says, don't go out dressed like that, don't do this, don't do that, she's going to believe him. She's not going to just think, oh, this guy's trying to finesse me. This guy's insecure. Because the respect and the trust is at a high level. So with that, the byproduct is she holds him in high regard, prioritizes him.
Right.
So in that regard, she puts him above a lot of men.
Right.
You see? The woman who doesn't puts him on the same level as her guy friends or whatever it is.
That's true. I agree.
That's why she fights.
I also think it has to do with in both genders, ego. Like when I say that, I mean to be able to, like you said, like not just respect the person that you're with, but also if you don't necessarily agree with what that person is saying. So like a woman, if you don't agree with what your man is saying, don't go out dressed like that. Check your ego and find out why. What is the reasoning? Oh, because you're dressed like this, something can happen. Something bad can happen.
Yeah.
Check your ego. Don't just be like, I'm my own woman, I can do it. That is, he's trying to protect you. You know what I'm saying? I think a lot of people don't check their egos, and that's what causes them to get like that. Now, I had a question for you, and I forgot because you didn't let me.
Write it down.
Yeah, I'm trying. That's why I said the ego one right there.
You forgot the question.
That was like, because I was like, wait, let me ask.
The when you were talking about the ego situation. Now, this is not a battle of the sexes thing. Like I don't want it to be like, oh,
No, of
men
course.
can't do this. This is I say this because, and even we know, feminists know that the man leads. So the man's always gonna put certain standards. It just doesn't make sense for a woman to come into a dynamic and say to a man, this is what you're gonna do. This is how you're gonna treat me. This is da 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 da. What? The man should not have to be taught how to treat you. He's gonna study. The dominant is observant. You know what I'm saying? Yeah, we're in a world that doesn't have a lot of them, but a real man is gonna observe. He doesn't need the woman to, oh, this how you gonna treat me. And the woman's emotions are sporadic, especially if she's not healed. Yeah, speak nice to me, treat me nice. One day, the next day, I want you to be an asshole, especially in bed. But I'm confused here. The beta male. What? You told me this the other day. Can you make up your mind? Where do you want to go eat? I really want this. This is why it's better for the man to lead. That's why I'm saying this. I'm not saying, oh, men are. People could say, oh, you're just saying that the men could do it, the women can't. No, it's because man is appointed by the leader. In the spiritual structure, he's appointed the leader by God.
Okay.
You understand what I'm saying? God is not physically here. Man is in the image of that. So he's appointed the leader by God. He submits to God first. And that's who the woman should follow. Not a dude who's like egomaniac and narcissistic and putting you at risk and just saying because I said so. The masculine man who has God in him is going to teach. You can do what you want, but this will be the byproduct. You might be a single woman tomorrow. You keep disrespecting me. He's not going to say, do it because I said so. He's not going to say, well, figure it out on your own. Figure out how to please me on your own. No, he's
It
not
makes
going
no
to.
sense. Yeah.
He's not going to do that.
Right. Because he's a teacher. I know. I remember what it was. You were saying that. I think that this is what I got from it. You were saying a woman should not surround herself with more males than females.
Yes.
Right. Okay. In general.
Energy aspect.
Right. In
So
general, or only when she has a partner. Like, let's say
in
she's
general, being around more females will keep you more in your feminine. Being around more males than females, because I've always heard this. Oh, I get along with more men than women. Women are catty. No, they're lying. They're manipulating. They're manipulating. They're getting something out of these guys. So boom, and if maybe they're telling the truth. If they're telling the truth, they're still fucked because that means they're highly in their masculine. Those women.
yes.
So in a way, it's like for you to what happened?
I was one of those, but it was true when I said I get along better with guys
Yeah.
because women. Not I didn't say catty, but along those lines.
And most women do. So remember one time I said that, yeah, I might live with a woman 24/7, but I need to do things to reinforce my masculinity. Because if you are with a woman 24/7, eventually you're gonna just absorb that energy. Y'all gonna go out and do y'all nails together, and you're not gonna even know why. So I hang out with the boys. I watch things like WWE. I watch football. I watch things. Hercules. I watch things. I absorb things. I listen to old school music where they talked about femininity, where they talked about real love. Not the satanic stuff today. That continues to absorb that to keep me in my masculine. So it's even that. A dude that has a lot of female friends, eventually he's gonna be beta.
Okay.
It's very, very rare that he's able to keep his masculinity while around all of these other chicks, especially if he's not leading in there.
Why do you
Most
think?
men don't lead. They're not telling them, no, how you think is wrong. I mean, you're entitled to your own opinion, but how you think is wrong. This was going to lead to this.
So as a coach, let's say a woman comes up to you and she says, "I have a hard time getting along with women, with other women." What would you tell her?
Choose the women that have your mindset. Choose the women that have your energy. Choose the women that live your lifestyle, especially relationship lifestyle. I guarantee you gonna all get along. Y'all gonna probably be sister wives. It don't matter if she's black and she's white. It don't matter if she's Spanish and she's Asian.
Right.
It don't matter if she's Muslim and she's Chinese.
You took it somewhere else right now. But,
See?
but that
That's-
makes sense to go to be friends, and that obviously it makes sense because everybody says if you want to elevate in life, you don't surround yourself with bums. Surround yourself with where you want to go. So that makes sense.
So the reality is this:
Good job.
women are prey, men are predators. Now I say that in
Let's say prayers.
I say that in the context of just making people understand it's not literal, right? But we could say more hunters, right?
And gatherers.
And gatherers, if that makes people feel a little bit better and less traumatized. Boom. So in that sense, men initiate. Most women do not. They accept and submit. So if you're around a lot of male energy, whatever, you go to the club where there's a lot more males than females, you're more at risk for possible things to occur.
As a female.
The woman could, oh, I want you. You know, you're my friend, but I know you're a dom, so I want to dibble and dabble in it. Nope. I got my personal morals. I don't fuck without any title. So if we fucking, you with me. Nah, but I just want to do friends with benefits. I just want to try. No, I got personal principles. So I'm going to, you see how he put the stamp down? The woman, on the other hand, especially if he might get aggressive, they might be like, yo, but you know, you showed me your titties the other day. We was in the room and we friends, right? He get drunk. He try to touch you. I told you, don't touch me like that. Women get raped. Men don't. So the reality is the women's more at risk for danger having an array of male friends. The man is not at risk because he can always stop that. If 5 women come and try to attack me, they probably be trying to hold my arms, kicking me and stuff like that. And I'm just like, like, y'all doing something? Like, y'all not even hurting me. And with one blow, I could knock them all out.
That's true.
But in that aspect, can the woman do the same thing if she being overpowered?
No. I
It's
mean, she could kick him in the
dangerous.
nuts, but that's
It's dangerous.
yeah.
So the reality is, you shouldn't put yourself in any type of position of temptation. And there is there. And I'm going to wait for my final thoughts. But there is temptation there because the woman, especially, is a lazy creature in a sense of the dating market. She's not a
Can you explain that?
hunter. She's not a hunter. She doesn't approach. The woman that's highly in her masculine is comfortable constantly approaching. She's the hustler. But the feminine is lazy in that aspect. So she waits, looks pretty to be approached.
Do you think that the women that are highly in their
So
masculine?
hold on, I'm not done. Write it
I
down.
am.
So in that aspect, she's just naturally, and this is part of my final thoughts, but she's just naturally gonna run to what she already built a connection with, even if it was 3 years ago. You see? Because that's still the lazy aspect. They're there. I don't want to start all over. Let a stranger know everything. He's there already. He been there. He
100%.
been there already. So boom, I just hit him up.
Yeah.
Text.
Yeah.
It's over with me and him. Oh great, I couldn't wait. Let's go out.
But is that
Yeah,
just a
no
woman
problem.
thing? I feel like men do that too.
Not alpha males. The alpha male is not gonna keep the female friends around if they're not having a title, if they're not getting something from them. They don't just keep them around to just be like, oh, if this doesn't work out. No, there's no way. He's just gonna be like, I'm building with both. I took this one out on Monday. I'm taking this one out on Tuesday. He's not just saying, oh, like the most common women will do. Yeah, I'm going out with him 5 days a week, but I'm keeping him on VFS for conversation. I'm getting dick, pause, from him right here, but he don't treat me well. Can't teach, lead nothing, but I like his mind.
Yeah, that's true. You got a point.
I ain't never got to see him because that's just going to make me, that's temptation. You see? So the man ain't doing that.
What I was going to ask is, do you think that a woman who's highly in her masculine realizes or knows that she's highly in her masculine? Because I said
no. This is why I said, and write it down if you forget.
No, because I know what I'm gonna say. No, you don't think that they know?
No,
I agree with you.
Because it takes the man to come into their life and do that. Most of their male friends ain't telling them the truth.
I don't even think that the men know.
So the women don't even know that what they're doing is wrong. Exactly. That they're highly in their masculine, fighting their nature. Because the men is just agreeable. They're not telling them the truth. The men telling them the truth is the leader. Eventually, she gonna go attached to, if it's 1 out of the 5, she gonna single him out. He different. Maybe I could take it there because he's different from what they're saying. The 4 other guys agree with me. The 4 other guys just let me do whatever. The 4 other guys, even when we go out, they don't really protect me. But this guy's showing that it's wrong. This guy's showing that if you was to have a man, what you're doing is wrong. Because remember, a woman attracted to different.
Yeah, definitely.
All these dudes acting the same, and they put in the friend zone. So the reality is they're going to lie. The man that comes into her life, whatever it is, mentor,
Pay
coach,
attention, ladies and gentlemen.
relationship, husband, boyfriend, business partner, he's going to teach them what they're doing is wrong. If if I see you go on your page and you posting some wild shit, twerking or whatever, I'm going to check you because I'm going to be like, I'm not saying you would do that. I'm just helping them out. I can
help them out even better.
I'm going to say, and it has nothing to do with, oh, she don't belong to you. Let her no, but I associate myself with you.
Yeah.
So people are going to be like, oh, that's his business partner. Or, yo, they do the same shit. You see what I'm saying?
Yeah.
That's just business mentality. Same thing with a dude promoting violence, illegal drugs and stuff like that. And I say I do business with him.
Right. They're going to just associate you with that.
Exactly. Yep. So I'm going to check her because we do business.
I asked that question because I didn't know that I was highly in my masculine, especially back in the days. And as we've been doing this podcast, you've called me out plenty of times, or not really called me out like that, but I've said something and you would be like, well, that's because you're highly in your masculine. That's because of this and that. Like, and I would sit there and be like, no. And then as you're talking, I'm like, holy shit, that's so true. And that's why I asked, because I don't think a lot of people, I don't even think that the men who are with these women that are highly in their masculine know that she's highly in her masculine. I just think it's like covered, like blanketed with, oh, she's just being a bitch today, or you know what I'm saying? Like they don't make that connection.
Here's another thing. You're right. You're very
That's
right.
something that we have to.
You're on
That's where
point.
we have
You're on
to.
point today.
That's what I'm talking about. I took my
You know what?
Sheila G.
Here's another thing. If a woman prides herself in monogamy, this goes back to the last show, and she has a lot of male friends, or she talks to a lot of male friends, or she dates an array of males, she's lying.
Wait, she's
Do
talking
you get that?
about monogamy
Yeah, do you get that?
because she has a lot of relationships where it doesn't have to be
Mm-hmm.
sexual or anything.
She's lying. She's in denial.
I pick up on some stuff.
Yeah, she's lying. So that's something too.
She might
So
not be lying. She doesn't know.
Mm,
There's a difference. Lying is knowing and purposely not, doing the opposite or not telling or whatever.
no,
Not knowing.
I don't agree.
Okay.
If the woman was 12 years old, well, she's a girl.
Okay.
If she was 12 years old, if she was 15, 16, whatever, boom, then what you're saying is valid.
Okay.
Her brain is not fully developed. You have those special bunches who do develop very early, spiritually, mentally, physically. You know what I'm saying? Intellectually,
Mm-hmm.
but very rare.
Okay.
Very rare.
So where is it?
So when
different?
they get to that 20s, 30s, 40s, no way. They're lying.
About being poly?
Yeah.
No. What I'm saying is that they might not see that each of those relationships and maybe most of those are not sexual, right? She
Because
might
they're
not understand.
naive. They're like just hoping for the best. Oh yeah, every guy I meet is good. He has best interests.
But
No
isn't
ulterior motives. She's naive. That's an immature
that's not
woman.
the same as not
That's an
knowing?
immature woman. That's a woman. I was teaching this to my 19-year-old niece. She's more high level than most modern chicks today that are in their 30s and 40s because I told her this.
Mm.
So the reality is, I can understand if the
Well-
15-year-old woman thinks like that. But if she's in her 30s, mid 20s, and still thinking like this,
Things like what?
the only way I could give her the benefit of the doubt is if she was sheltered. That's the only way. She wasn't exposed to a lot of the stuff that made women be traumatized today. That's the only way.
I just think that people associate poly with being in a specific relationship, and so
Yeah.
right, and so they don't think that they're poly because they're not in a specific relationship with all those different men. Does that make sense?
Yeah.
Okay.
The man shouldn't have them and the woman shouldn't have them. And if the man has them, then he should stop lying and stop being in denial too. He's poly. The man that says one woman, one man, and the woman should respect herself. If she's doing this, she's not. But he's okay with having female friends. He's lying. He's poly. Because like you said, they just think, if I'm fucking them,
Right.
then if I'm physically, no. But maybe there is physical interaction there. I see them every day, and every time I give them a hug, I kiss on the cheek. She gives me a kiss on the cheek. We flirt a little bit. Flies over people's heads because they look at cheating in one aspect,
Exactly.
physical. No, sexual.
Yes, sexual.
So no, man,
And
like
kissing.
they're physical.
Yeah.
Yeah, they're in denial about it, or they're lying. They're trying to have their cake and eat it too. So the reality is, the man should be straight. Straight. You know what I'm saying? Very straight. If I'm gonna date you, we're connecting, but you have certain things in your life that is just I'm not really agreeing with. You could be a placeholder. Understand, you could be a placeholder, and I could have you here for as long as you want. Because I'm having my cake and eat it too. As long as you keep serving, I'm going to be happy. The moment you stop, then maybe I'm going to be upset where I'm like, there's the door. But as long as you serving me, even if you're not giving up the buns, as long as you serving me, That's what I value the most. I value that more outside of the bedroom activity than inside of the bedroom activity. So as long as you're doing that, it's on you, girl, when you want to go, because I'm having my cake and eating it too. You're a placeholder. When I have this, or maybe it's a single mom, when I have my kids or whatever it is, any type of situation, she gonna come first and the kids will. You'll still be there, but it's gonna come down to like if you want to or not. He need to be straight like that.
I agree.
Oftentimes it's like, oh yeah, I'm gonna be with you, and then it's like you gonna have these, and then it's like, oh, I'm monogamous. I believe in this, but reality is he's doing this.
You know what really opened my mind to what you're saying right now? When you said uh people who have baby mamas or baby daddies.
Like the
They're
last
still
show.
like the last show. When you said that, you're like, you're still interacting with them. You're still, I was like, holy shit. Because it never, like I said, that's why I feel like a lot of people may not be lying. They're just
Yeah.
ignorant. They
The
don't know.
the co-parent, whether it's a man or a female, you're not a single dad, bro.
Yeah, if you're co-parenting, no.
You
If you're
go
doing it on
if
your own, yeah.
co-parents, you're not a single mom, girl.
Yeah, I agree.
Like I'm just trying to bring things to perspective and like, cause I think outside the box. A lot of people need this education.
Yeah, you're
They
a
need
single
discipline.
person, but they both parents are active in that kid's life. You're not a single parent.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Even if the government is protecting funding you and your child, you're not a single mom.
Yeah,
Or a single dad.
I agree.
So in that regard, the friendship aspect, you have to ask yourself, why are they here? And be honest. Like, you gotta be honest with people. Too many people try to lead people on. Like, yo, girl, you wanna be here, blah, blah, blah. Oh, you're not trying to be a sub? Oh, I'm gonna place you here. And that's where you gonna be. Cause this is the reward you getting. Cause you're not trying to give me what I want. So boom, it ain't just gonna be giving you everything and then I don't get nothing out of it. What I look like?
Yeah.
Or this, it's straight. So now you let the woman know, damn, he's different. I'm gonna either stay or I'm gonna go.
Right. The ball's in your court.
Boom. Versus the relationship aspect. Now it's like, you lead there and the woman knows, okay, he's gonna lead. And also him leading is teaching me and guiding me. Right? Protecting, providing, not just being a financial provider, but actually teaching the woman, because the world is built, especially today, to try to eradicate the femininity in the woman and the masculinity in the man. The man coming in the woman's life, if he's highly in his masculine, he's going to get her back into her nature.
Yeah.
If she's willing. She has to be willing. She can't, I'm not. Fuck this. You ain't doing.
You gotta put that ego aside.
No, fuck this. I thought we were just gonna have fun. Why are you telling me all this stuff? No. This is why I left my father a long time ago. He used to say the stuff you were saying. My grandfather too. No, you just a male chauvinist. Well, it might be true, but you just a misogynist. That's false. Cause that means you hate women, and I love women. You're a misogynist. You don't know how to treat women. Throwing, like, she gaslighting you. Gaslighting you. You know what that is? Yes. You know what that means? Trying to make you think that that's your reality. Yeah. You crazy. You difficult to be with. No, I'm not, girl. Stop it. You're difficult to be with. No, I'm not difficult. I've always said I'm easy to please. I just said this earlier.
But you've said in other shows, that you're just difficult.
Not difficult to be with. I'm easy to please.
Let's call one of your exes. I'm just kidding. Hello.
They probably still have my back till this day. Because I ain't in the ain't shit category. I'll never be in the ain't shit category. I'm not lying to you.
That's true.
No woman will ever say to me, even if we didn't take it there, because everything that comes with me is teaching. That's the number one thing that I bring to the table. Education first, then it's protection, then it's leadership.
Well, but I know with the teaching, when we have our shows, I always read the comments. I love the comments, and there's so many from men and women. They love the way you explain shit. They love that teaching aspect of you.
Yeah. So if you're with a traditional guy, it's cheating. If you're with a modern guy, it might not be. the traditional woman will believe it's cheating, even if she is with a modern guy, because she is holding herself accountable due
For
to her
herself.
domestic education, or she had a guy like that was traditional, just didn't work out in some aspect. So
Mm-hmm.
she's still bringing that because that made her the most present there,
Mm-hmm.
and she liked it. She liked the
Mm-hmm.
way she felt,
Mm-hmm.
and the woman's loyal to her emotions. She's just always gonna revert back to how she felt and how present she was there. Um, so some women know that certain guys they could get away with stuff with,
Mm-hmm.
and other guys they can't. So when they look at a guy like me, they don't have to study me enough. I mean, they don't have to study me too long
Mm-hmm.
or too hard. Like a woman is more observant than a man. A woman is more attentive to detail than a man. So she'll be able to like put a stamp on what I am right away.
Right away. Yep.
A healed woman, not the unhealed that's trying to call me a misogynist and stuff. Stuff that's not real, gaslighting.
Or
Oh,
think
you're
that they
insecure
or think
because
that
you
they could change your mind.
yeah.
Yeah.
The women who are healed, the traditional women, they're gonna breath of fresh air, man of my dreams. He loves women.
Yeah.
He knows how to treat them. Because in order for you to teach, right, and want somebody to be better, my accent, better, you have to put your pride and your ego aside
Yeah.
because it's a selfless act
Not
to
only
teach.
that, not only that, but you're elevating and
The
learning
the
yourself.
guy, you're right.
Yeah.
You're right. I didn't want to talk over you,
I'm sorry.
but to teach takes selflessness versus the guy that's selfish. Oh, learn it on your own, then come back to me and figure it out. Figure out how to please me.
Yeah, that's awful.
You see what I'm saying? You see the difference?
Oh yeah.
It's very imperative that we put things into perspective.
Mm.
Very. A lot of people don't educate themselves. They're
Mhm.
getting education from social media, the world, toxic friends, family,
Mm-hmm.
repeating a cycle, a toxic cycle, not ever breaking a generational curse.
Yeah. You know what I think is funny? That so many times women say, "Don't tell me what to do," but in reality, we do because we don't know how. It's in specific circumstances, especially like, "Don't tell me what to do," but teach me how to make you happy, especially if it's we're talking about relationships and that's your man and you want to make him happy but you don't know how. It's awful trying to guess what's going to make this person happy. Just tell me.
I've never met women like that. I've met women like that, but I've never been involved with women like that. Those are more like hood chicks.
I feel like
So
you may
hood
not.
chicks are more in their masculine, right? Women actually like it. Like a feminine woman likes that. So the thing is this, right? I've met women like that and I never took it anywhere because that little aspect like makes her disqualify herself.
Right. And you
So
know
I already know,
yourself.
oh, she's not coachable, she's not cooperative. Oh, boom. Oh, I'm not gonna waste my time there because this is a little thing of what a byproduct of chaos could be.
Could be right.
So I'm like,
Gentlemen, that's how you gotta be.
so I'm like thinking, right? I don't date hood chicks, even when I was in the hood. You know what I'm saying? I don't date them. They're
Well,
highly masculine.
but there can be the hood chicks that are not
Yeah,
highly.
yeah.
So you would, as long as they're not
they've
masculine.
transitioned.
Yeah.
They've transitioned.
You gotta
You
make
know,
that clear.
obviously you can't control your circumstance where you were born,
Exactly.
but you can change it.
Yes.
Like you, oh, my father wasn't there. Stop blaming. Take accountability.
Yeah.
Where are you going now? Because now you're an adult.
Right.
So what path have you taken? You're always gonna use that for the rest of your life.
Exactly.
Oh, my father was there. I grew up in the hood. I ain't have much.
Mm-hmm.
It's the white man that's keeping me down. What different people,
Exactly.
races and stuff
Yeah,
I'm
yeah.
talking about. No, like you can take it upon yourself. Do you want to? So it comes down to the trust and respect aspect. A lot of women respect me because I approach like a man. I've been in situations where I've seen the rah-rah chick rip a dude's head off metaphorically. And then I show up in the building. Oh, can I help you? Oh, shit. She did a whole 360. I just saw her do that to the dude. She don't feel she don't have the mental capacity to want to do that with me. Because even if we are not familiarizing with this, our body does.
Hmm.
And if I step into the room and I exude masculine energy, it's like hypnotism.
Hmm.
It's going into her and it's slapping her in the face,
Mm-hmm.
metaphorically putting her in check. And now she's like, ooh, okay, this is a man. Can I help you?
Hmm.
You know what I'm
Yeah,
saying?
that's true. I've heard so many women say that.
Yeah, so it's like, oh, just to jump off topic, episode 84 and 85, when we brought Melissa in studio.
Ah, yes,
She
yes,
was like,
yes.
oh, you stepped out the car. And initially I was like, can I help you?
Yeah.
See? So we may not be familiar with these terms, but our body reacts, our spirit
Yeah. The
familiarized.
energy.
Like your energy recognizes mine. And
Mm-hmm.
it knows that you should automatically, oh, I gotta be put in my place. But she could probably be masculine outside of that.
Mm.
You,
It
you-
just it just knows how to move around your energy.
yeah,
Yeah.
so a lot of times you don't have to speak and rah rah and stuff. Your energy speaks prior to you.
Mm-hmm.
So in that experience with her, she felt something. Oh, he's
With
different.
Melissa?
No. The hood chick
Oh,
that
yeah,
was
yeah.
ripping the guy's head
Yes,
off
yes.
saw me. So that's a situation too. So in a way, the man who is having these women who are just friends, he's poly. It's not real, and if he is having them around as friends, you maybe he's going the other way too. There's no such thing as a bi guy.
Hmm.
He's gay. I'm not saying like I'm not
No,
downplaying it or whatever.
I agree
Everybody
with
gonna be
you.
with how they want to be, but I'm just telling you what the truth is. Some people try to sugarcoat it. You are not a traditional modern person. You resonate with one
Mm-hmm.
more than the other, and that's who you are.
Yeah.
You're not an alpha sub. It doesn't
Hmm.
count. You only think that way because maybe you're a boss in your job and you're very submissive to your man. No, you're a submissive woman. That's who you are. Because what you have to do in the job doesn't count. You got dominant generals and governors who want to take it up the back when they get home and tied up. When you get home, that's who you really are.
Hmm.
Oh, you a cuckold. You don't like hearing about it? You like to watch it? That's who you really are. You probably go the other way too. I'm not trying to diss nobody. I'm telling them the
Mm-hmm.
truth. So the woman who's the alpha sub, wait a minute. You don't bring that
Alphaness.
alphaness here, that you're sub. Because it
Mm.
doesn't count what you're doing as a man out there.
Why do
But
you
if she's
think?
bringing that there, yeah, then she's dominant. Alpha. She's just pretending to be submissive because she might think that's what you like.
So how come they're like the categories of submissives? There are like alpha submissive. Why do you think that
Because I
is?
just explained it.
Oh, but just okay, gotcha.
Yeah, there's it doesn't work because then you put them in the switch category where it's like they get with a guy and it's like, oh, I'm gonna take on the dominant role today.
Right, but you're saying that there is no such thing as an alpha sub, but
It's
that's
not. You got like 1%,
gotcha.
2%. And people could say, yeah, but that still counts. No, it doesn't. Because it's rare. Like, how many times you're going to see that walking outside in the city near you? Every city you go to is going to be there? Every country you go to is going to be there? No, it's a rare situation.
Mm.
It's a rare situation. It's not happening. It doesn't even matter how alpha she wants to be. She's on the microphone. She's a musical artist. She's a teacher. She's a nurse, a doctor, a lawyer. If she brings that type of energy in your relationship with you and she runs dudes too, then I give you your props. But there's no way because it goes back to full circle. The initial in the first like 5 minutes of this segment when
Mm.
I said women don't do well playing multiple roles.
Mm. Hmm.
So she can't be your everything, but the man could.
Right. No. Yes, I'm still trying to
So,
digest
so in a
the
sense
alpha
of
submissive.
women do this more than men. They keep the friend zone who the opposite sex more than men keep the friend zone who the opposite sex. Oftentimes the man won't keep the women in the friend zone and not get something from them.
Mm-hmm.
Money, we're
Sex.
building business together, sex, whatever, ideas for my business. No, the woman can. She can keep them there and nothing will occur. I haven't talked to this guy in a month, but
Mm.
I know if I hit him up, he's gonna respond quick.
Yeah.
You see,
Mm-hmm.
women can do that. It's common for them to do that. So it's more dangerous. It's more dangerous for the woman to have male friends
Mm.
because they are more inclined to doing it more, and they should learn what the byproduct of that will be. That can also lead to her being a serial cheater. Goes
Wow.
back to the woman with a lot of bodies. She didn't get to that by just kept approaching dudes, or she just constantly being approached. No, she had backup plans. Friends that are males, backup plans. Psychology says it. 50% is a big percentage. So how do women keep themselves in check from not having this? Men come into their life and teach. That's what makes them keep themselves in check. And if they respect those guys or that man, that father, that uncle, that grandfather, that boyfriend, that husband, they will stop doing that. Listen, this may have happened. You may have been a friend or friends before, but now I'm in a relationship. I want to respect my man
Mm-hmm.
and do this. Oh, I'm not gonna take your number. You're not even gonna tell him you're cute, or if I wasn't in a relationship, I would take him. No,
Yeah.
don't give him no hope.
Yeah.
I got a boyfriend. I'm in a relationship. I respect him highly. I would not do anything behind his back that I would not do to his face.
Mm-hmm.
I'm actually gonna tell him about this situation when I get home.
Mm.
See?
Yep.
That's a
Definitely.
traditional woman. So in that regard, the you have to put into context of how valuable the man is coming into the woman's life, not just being in the child's life, the woman's life.
Yeah.
Because
That's
there's a
true.
lot of things she's just gonna do just naturally.
Mm-hmm.
Even a feminine woman will just naturally, oh, he's so nice. Yeah, yeah, I mean, yeah.
I think that's
Just naturally, they're just gonna fall into the trap because they're not gonna
they're
see
nice.
in depth.
Yes. They don't
That,
see where
that,
their
that,
niceness takes them,
yeah,
or how somebody can mistaken that niceness for something else.
yeah. So in a sense of that man coming into their life, learning from him,
Mm-hmm.
and they respect him and value him, that's what's gonna make them say, no, I'm not gonna have male friends.
Mm.
That also leads to a woman moving on quick.
What do you mean?
So
If she has male friends,
yeah, he
to
was
be able to
always
move on
there.
quick. Mm.
She's moving on quick. Cause remember, a feminine woman, cause I've had it, they come back. They cry back, run back to me. Why? Cause they were fully invested. Versus the one that, okay, bye. I mean, it didn't work out. All these feelings, all these years. She's ready to close her emotions like that. Oh, okay. She got others quick. Because even if she's stubborn, eventually she gonna get into her feminine and be like, I gotta hit him up.
Mm.
Cause she's in her feminine and she don't got backups. She got backups. She not gonna forget about me. But she just gonna entertain because she lonely. She just, yeah, I know he ain't shit. I know he's weaker than what I had. Can't even compare. He don't hold a candle to discipline, but at least I could see him all the time. At least he's there. Maybe they live closer.
Mm.
Maybe I'm naming all different scenarios.
Or maybe he's lying to her and he's saying that she's the only one.
Oh, maybe that. I don't have to deal with the poly situation.
Exactly.
And, you know?
Wow. Look at me on
Yeah.
point.
So it just comes down to the woman. The woman has the
That's a lot
key.
of pressure.
The woman has the key. Because remember, she allows access. That's the only thing she controls, and whether she wants to bring another life on earth or not.
Mm.
The what was that?
Maybe my computer.
Oh. The man doesn't have control in that regard.
Mm-hmm.
So if women are out here like, oh, if I'm gonna give the buns only to dudes that look like this, do that, hey guys, don't sulk. Just if you want to get with them, step it up to that, or just find other women that really don't care about that. If a guy says what you're doing is whole shit, no, I don't really see it. It's a picture, and 500 guys say the same thing. Who cares what you think, girl? Because we control relationship and commitment. Yeah, we'll play with you, but we ain't ever giving you the ring because that's whole shit. So if I say that's whole shit and 500 guys say that's whole shit, it is whole shit, even if you think it's not. Because how we want our partners to be matter because we control relationship and commitment. Yeah. So girls, if you want the ring, if you want to be a wife, if you want marriage, you got to do what the man likes. Because he's the one that's going to get it and commit. So it's the same thing. Dudes want sex. It's like, I'm only going to give it up to these type of guys. Me, I would never go that because it's like, that's what's going to make you give the buns away? And none of that in there is protection. None of that in there is he's a dominant leader. None of that in there. You keep giving the bozo vagina and you know he don't have none of these qualities and you don't feel safe there. I'm not rocking with her. This is why when I go out with women and get first dates, I ask them the tough questions right off the bat. Who was your last? Da-da-da-da. How many kids? Do you co-parent? Oh, no kids? Oh, yeah, kids. How many? Blah, blah, blah. I get their history. I get their history because I'm retaining information of building. This is her character because this is the type of men she dates.
I could see like in your head, like, oh, strike one.
Yeah.
But that's a good plus.
Yeah, because men like me make you qualify for them.
Yeah.
Because we invest. As a business, any type of person that runs a business, if you hire somebody or you want to invest in something, you're not just going to make a sporadic impulse decision.
No, you're going to think about it.
You're going to think about it and you're going to research, what am I going to get out of it? Because all I do is invest when I get in this stuff. The dudes who don't invest are not going to ask these type of questions. They're not going to look in depth. They're not going to care.
Exactly. They're not going to care.
So the reality is, this is the man. And man is prestigious. This is what we have to go back to. This is like 101, the basics, fundamentals. Because this is where we are. Everything that's created was created by man. So that's like a prestigious thing we should follow with. They come with, you should give them respect and trust. And if you can't trust guys as women, vet better, choose better.
Yep.
Where are you meeting them?
Vet better, definitely.
Same thing with guys. If you can't trust them, vet better, choose better. Where
are
you meeting them?
I feel like people don't vet at all.
Because at the end of the day, people could be, don't get married. You can make it work in your favor. Choose better. Then it will be blissful. Don't listen to those people that are jaded.
Yeah.
Because there's different types of women. You know what I'm saying? You got females, you got women, you got divine, you got feminine, you got submissive, you got traditional, and you got modern. Same thing with men. It's just like not all men are the same.
No.
So like it comes down to like vetting, taking your time. When a woman cheats, and this is my final thoughts, it's usually with a man or men she knows. And this is what I was saying. They built rapport with them. And most of the time, like when a man cheats, right, it's with a random woman or a stranger. It's not often because a lot of men are not really diving into their feminine energy and getting emotional with the woman. It's more physical with the woman because he might have like a main person. Okay. So he can't really like, it's very rare for the guy to give his emotions to a lot of women. That's a special man. You know what I'm saying? A guy that lives poly 100%, the real way, can do that because he's building an emotional attachment with 2 or 3. But it's very rare for the basic guy to do that.
To build a connection.
Yeah.
It's okay for him to have sex.
So it's lust.
Right, that's what I'm saying. Okay.
Lust is him thinking, I'm going to get the random chick.
I'm going to get my nut off.
Yeah. I don't care if she has felonies. I talk to corporate guys. They like crazy ones. I don't care if she's crazy. She's gonna bring that to the bedroom. She's gonna do this. They don't care because they're looking at lust. I'm just gonna get myself off selfish. The woman on the other end that guy had been there. So I make it very hard for women to come in here. So I make them eradicate the male friends because I want their all. If I get their all, then I could be dominant there. And what is my dominance entail? Providing, protecting, teaching, leading, discipline, care, holding you accountable. Now, it's scary if I don't bring these things. So the moment I start to not care, like we had this episode before, I'm watching maybe WWE. Hey, look how I'm dressed. Cleavage, side booty hanging out, whatever. And I'm just like, all right, cool. Go back to watch I look at her, glance, get back to watching the TV. All right, cool. If she knows me to a T, she knows, damn, wow, he doesn't love me. You see?
Yeah.
Because
you would have said something. You would have been
exactly.
Like,
get the fuck back over there. Change. Are you crazy? You know how I am. Are you crazy? I set you the rules. You see? So if the woman wants the man to dominate, to lead, to protect, to provide, she has to approach on a femininity like approach. You know what I'm saying? And and demeanor. She has to be
more soft.
She has to be willing to want to submit. Don't submit right away, dummy. Don't do that. Because you could be with a predator, serial killer, whatever. No. Like, she's letting you know this is what I want to do. I want to submit, not fighting against it. And then as she's putting those seeds out, she's now watching to see what he's going to do, how he is, his character. Because slowly, that's what's making her
submit more and more.
And no, that's what's making her submission thrive. Because the initial, whatever attraction might make her submit. But usually submission doesn't remain consistent. It's the man's character that allows it to thrive and remain consistent. Unless she's really fucked up, brain damage type shit, mentally ill.
And
then it doesn't matter if the man is consistent. She's just naturally used to being like a masochist or something, and she's just a troublemaker, a brat.
Like a split personality type.
Yeah, and she just likes to fight you. You know, she gets a.
That sounds like a very unhealed person.
Yeah, she gets a turn on off of that. Like I want to see if he's gonna hit me.
She might be a whatchamacallit.
Masochist. I said it.
Oh, you did.
Yeah. So in a way, like the woman who keeps the male friends around, she's dominant, and she puts herself at risk for danger. She's not gonna be present in her dynamic unless she gets rid of them. And I wouldn't recommend her doing this when she's single.
Having male friends.
Yeah.
Because it's gonna keep her in her high masculinity instead of
those male friends are a byproduct of a traumatic experience she hasn't healed from. That's why she keeps them around. That's why. Same thing with a guy. Yeah. You got mommy issues or whatnot, like it's the same thing. So the reality is, like, a dude who's highly in his masculine, no, because he's the leader in that aspect.
I also
the woman who's highly in her feminine, she's not gonna keep those male friends around because she is not a leader in that regard. But the woman who is doing that is dominating that.
I feel though, although sometimes especially like younger women who are in highly in their masculine, like, because you just said that might be like a trauma response thing. It could be that they think they have to be like this to protect themselves because something happened to them.
Yeah. There's a trauma response. You have to choose. You have to choose better. You understand? The woman, listen, a woman who wants control over a man is a trauma response.
Right, but I'm not talking about in a relationship. Not like a trauma from being with a boyfriend, like, he cheated on me and I didn't like that. No, I'm talking about other traumas.
Okay, I'm gonna make people even understand it even more and have their jaw drop.
Oh shit.
Women who put men in the friend zone are emasculating them. Damn. Hard, right?
Wow.
Bars. And
Wow.
where does that stem from? A trauma response. It stems from not respecting men. You see? Maybe when what was happened to them, they should heal, right? Choose better.
Right. Like, what do you
That
think could
that's
have happened to
emasculating.
them?
That's emasculating them.
Yeah.
Like I said earlier, oh, let's go do our nails together. The feminine woman is gonna do feminine stuff. He's following that emasculation. The the feminine woman is doing masculine shit with these male friends. She's transitioning and getting highly in her masculine.
Right. But what do you think would be like a trauma that would cause her to act like that?
Grape.
Yeah.
It would be maybe molestation.
Yeah.
Family member.
Yep.
Oh, these family members were
Yep.
dominant and they told me what to do, da 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 da. And now I can't be with men who do that. I gotta control that shit. And that's what's gonna make me stay sane. I can't
Oh
meet
wow. I
guys.
totally saw it in a different I for that reason I thought, but
Yeah.
also like if they don't see me in that feminine way, I'm safe. You see what I'm
Mm.
saying? Like I feel like
I don't
I've
think I don't
heard
think they think like that
I've
though.
heard a
That
lot of stories where young girls who have that has happened and they notice that they're developing, they'll try to tape themselves so that they don't show, so that they're not attractive, so that men
mm,
don't see them in that light.
mm.
You know what I'm saying? And because they're that, they think they have to
Like
be angry,
they just
they
like
have to be
tomboys.
mean, right? And they have to be that bitch because nobody likes to be with a bitch. Nobody likes to be with a tomboy. Like nobody likes to, you know what I'm saying? That's what they're thinking.
Like I said, I don't think they're really looking in depth, but eventually they'll expose themselves.
Yeah. I mean, I
It's
think
like a
everybody
it's
has
like
their
a
own story.
it's like a good girl trying to be a hoe. She's
Mm,
gonna be like, I'm so bad at this.
mm,
I'm bad. I'm bad at lying. I'm bad at finessing guys. I can't take my clothes off online. I can't even twerk.
yeah.
I'm so bad at it. And let me just go back to what versus the hoe pretending to be a good girl. She goes back to what she knows. This shit
Mm.
boring. Like I try so hard. I'm fighting this. I'm fighting surrender. I'm fighting to surrender. Mm, 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 mm,
Mm,
I'm just gonna go back to what I know.
mm.
It's who you are.
Yeah, that's always gonna come out.
So final thoughts.
Unless it's always gonna come out unless you do the work on yourself.
And then you have to have the partner.
And exactly.
Because the masculine energy is more potent than the feminine. So she could be healed and elevated. He's ain't shit. And
Yes, I agree
he's
with you.
like machismo type
Like abuser.
toxic abusing and stuff.
Doesn't have to be physical abuse either.
Yeah,
It could be verbal and mental.
he's gonna drag her back down. He's gonna make her regress.
Yeah.
So
Unless she doesn't know herself.
so remember you said it earlier and I said it. You piggybacked off of it. Finding commonalities.
Mm-hmm.
So if she knows she's healed, she finds a healed man easy. She's spiritual, she finds a spiritual guy. And it's not a
Mm.
spiritual guy that's like, oh yeah, we're energy. So he'll get with men too. No, no, no. It's a man that knows that masculine is masculine and he adheres to traditional roles.
Mm.
That's the spiritual guy.
Yeah.
And he's going to believe that the woman being in her feminine is the natural law.
Mm. That makes
You know
sense.
what I'm saying? Not the dude that's manipulating or the woman that's manipulating. Oh, well, it's energy. It's we can resonate with both and yeah, we have
Yeah, that's weird.
both.
Yeah.
We have both, but we not resonate like you doing one or the other.
Right.
And usually women that speak like that are hoes. They say the free spirit quote unquote shit. And usually dudes that speak like that go the other way, but they're
Mm.
pretending to be heterosexual.
Mm. All right. So we're time for final thoughts.
Yeah.
Is having friends of the opposite sex considered cheating? Don't necessarily consider it cheating. I feel like everybody should, have that conversation with their partner. That you want something to happen, not just, oh, this is my friends with benefits. No, If this is the person that you guys have chosen and you want to work things together and grow, then have that discussion and do what is necessary to keep that relationship thriving.
For mine, this would be my part two.
Oh, I'm gonna shut this off. All right.
It's not cheating, depending on the lifestyle you're living.
Mm.
However, see, this is what I always do.
However,
Because I could always say, hey, girls, you could post how you want. There's always a however, so it's the same thing. Don't be a crybaby when you don't get what you want. Because the traditional way, relationship, whatever, is the way to happiness and success with both men and women. See, we excel in our roles and we are happiest when we are in it.
Mm.
So, yeah, it might not be a modern couple, but don't complain, girl, when he don't give you what you want. When he don't give you what you need as a woman, make you feel feminine. Oh, I meet these guys who can't make me get in my femininity. Yeah, because you don't date traditional guys. You run away from them because they come with certain standards or whatever where you can't have what you would say, quote unquote, freedom or structure there, which is a lie.
Mm.
You cannot have independence and relationship. They're not synonymous. And the woman that keeps the friend zone is playing that. She's trying to play both sides. Same thing with the guy. So the thing is, it's not cheating, but there are bad consequences for you to keep them around. Because if the woman keeps the guys around, most likely she's going to get their opinions based off what the man is doing that she's with. And that's going to be bad because remember, she's modern, right? She's going to get influenced by them and she's going to bring that energy in the dynamic. So now that guy has to actually deal with 5 other guys that he probably never met. Yeah. Indirectly.
Their ideologies and stuff.
Yeah.
That she's now bringing. Yep.
Yeah. The man who's more in his masculine, I would not urge him to have female friends. But if he's even if he talks to those women about what do you think, he's going to make the ultimate decision. Ain't no masculine man asking women, what do you think how my girl is acting outside of his dynamic? That's not a masculine dude. That's a beta. The masculine guy's going to be like, what's wrong with you? Hello, use your words, talk, sit down, let's have an adult conversation. What's wrong with you? What's wrong with you? Why are you acting like this? Versus going, yo, my girl does this. She did this. What do you think? That's the beta.
Yeah.
The alpha's going to sit you down. You ain't leaving till we finish this. That's the difference. So the reality is they won't be friends too long. And if they're still around them, he going to give them titles because he's going to place them in places. Family, business, acquaintance, or partner. Like intimate partner. You know, the woman doesn't have that problem. She could keep them all in the same category, give them all the same title, friend zone.
That's true.
So it comes down to the leader aspect, and the woman's not a good leader. So the reality is she puts herself more at risk because the more you accumulate, the less control you're going to have. I mean, I can understand she got 1 or 2 male friends. 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10. There's no way. There's no way she's going to have control with all those guys.
Now, do you think it's the same? No, that's for another time.
You know? So it's not the same for men and men.
No, that's not what I was going to say.
Yeah. So the traditional woman is going to keep herself in check. I believe in monogamy, even if he's poly, because I believe it's my nature as a woman to be monogamous. Even if he's poly, she's going to believe that. The man, he's not going to just have all these chicks around. Oh, I'm just gonna keep it for conversation, and this one, that's crazy. I ain't never been a man like that. That's
That's just
crazy.
gonna keep her around for conversation.
Yeah, that's crazy
But
because
isn't that him using the woman for what he needs?
no, that's crazy. Like, have you heard a man do that? Because if he's just having conversation with the woman and not doing anything, that means he's more in his emotions. Remember when I told you even if I did a long distance thing, there's no way I'm doing that too long
Right.
because I'm gonna want to engage. Like even me and I'm beyond the average guy. So just put your mind in like the average guy's mind who doesn't have all these great qualities, who's not able to balance, doesn't wear many different hats. Think about the average dude. No way. He can't.
Mm-hmm.
He can't.
No, that's true.
You know, because my way of initially talking to them, even if they're distant, is to get something ultimately.
Mm.
You ain't just gonna be. I already said this on the last show.
But to
You
get
want to talk to me? It's $150 an hour. Hire me. You see, unless we're talking and it's like, oh, she's building to be a sub. Because you see the end goal, it's not just, oh, I'm just keeping her around. She ain't gonna turn into nothing. Da-da-da. We're friends. Ain't no man doing that.
That's true.
Ain't no man doing that. It's more common for the woman do that because she's more emotional. But the traditional woman won't do it. Maybe the modern don't see a problem with that, but the traditional woman will not do it because she's used to giving her all. She's not gonna keep an array of male energy around. Mm-mm. Mm-mm. And when she gets with this guy, she gonna hold herself accountable.
What if she has a lot of like male relatives? Like
That's different, Zoo.
no, is it, no, that's what I don't know.
Yeah, that's
I'm asking
different.
because I think a lot of people would
That's
ask that. Like, well, what if it's a lot of like
that's
male?
different. That's
Okay.
different because it's more. We're just talking about friends. You're not related to them.
Yeah, that's true. That's
You're not
true.
getting
That's
nothing
true.
from them. Like yeah,
No,
like
I only brought that up because you said about just male energy, but it's just true.
yeah,
If it's family compared to
yeah. If
strangers.
they're heterosexual, like they're gonna want they're gonna want something out of you. They have ulterior motives.
Mm,
They're just the patient wolf. They're concealing their intentions,
yeah.
their true intentions.
Mm, that's true.
You know, so the woman will have no problem because you know at the end of the day, a feminine woman still needs a man around, right?
Mm-hmm.
Because she can't do shit. I can't change a tire or whatnot. So most likely, you're always gonna see a feminine woman. You're always gonna see the feminine woman like around somebody. Oh, I might be single, but I ain't alone. That might be her way she do it. You gotta read in depth when a woman says
Yeah.
that
Yep.
because she's highly in her feminine, so she can't survive just being in her feminine. The
Mm.
more masculine woman, I could believe she's single. Yeah, a lot of guys don't like that. They'll play with you if you look a certain type of way, but they ain't definitely staying with you too long. Definitely not getting you the ring. But maybe that's good pussy for. I'll hit it a couple of times. I want to see how that shit feel like. I got to know what it feel like. I'm out of here because I don't agree with what she stand for.
Yeah.
I'm not talking for me,
Yeah.
but I'm talking. Put my mind in the basic guy's mind.
Mm-hmm.
The guy that's low tier that just looks at women as a sexual object.
Yeah.
You see?
Mm-hmm.
So it's very difficult. And I would just urge them to not have it. So there's some type of arousal there.
Yeah.
Mm.
That's true.
So once again, ladies and gentlemen, you were tuned into one of the most raw, uncut, unapologetic, real, no holds barred, intense, mm-hmm,
Educational.
educational, sensational,
Oh.
conversation stimulating after dark. This Therapy Podcast.
Peace.
Peace.